There's recently been some drama in the Norse pagan community, and I think it's kind of important, so I want to touch on it. On the Norse paganism subreddit on Reddit, it has recently come out that Wolf the Red, who is a somewhat well-known Norse pagan influencer and content creator, has been essentially slandering fellow content creators, accusing them of being folkish or outright racist. And he apparently made a mistake recently by making this accusation towards a creator named Nordic Animist. Now, in fairness, I'm not particularly familiar with Nordic Animist's work, but he seems like a decent guy. And apparently, Nordic Animist became aware of these allegations and came to the subreddit and very passionately denied them and said that, in fact, not only is he not folkish, but his work is used to de-radicalize people, and he strongly opposes any kind of folkish or nationalist sentiments. Wolf the Red initially persisted in making vague claims that, well, really, he's folkish and you just need to look further into it. But once more and more people came forward saying, wait a second, this doesn't sound right. I follow Nordic Animist. He seems very on the level. This seems very uncharacteristic. Eventually, Wolf the Red and his followers became quiet, and that was sort of the end of the controversy as far as that goes. The subreddit has had a major remodeling. New mods have come in because, unfortunately, it was discovered that one of the major mods prior to all this shakeup was using the subreddit to funnel people towards Ocean Keltoy and Wolf the Red's Discord, which is called The Hold, or their group is called The Hold, which is a paid thing. You have to apparently subscribe to their Patreon to belong to it. And anyway, it's a big mess and has led to a lot of loss of trust in the community. A lot of people are very deeply shaken by it. A lot of people are asking, if well-regarded creators like this can do things like this that are so underhanded, whom can we trust? I always go back to, I know people want to seek community, and I think that's an important part of faith. But when it comes to really getting your guidance, I would just always caution people to be very wary, trust your best instincts, and don't look to, especially people on the internet, to give you religious guidance because you don't know them, and certainly don't make them out to be some kind of a personal hero or someone you believe can do no wrong, because believe me, they're very human. We're all very human. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. So don't fall into the trap. It's the behavior that Wolf and his followers were cultivating is now being described by a lot of former members of that group as being very cult-like. He and others in the community would denigrate and slander other creators and essentially maintain this mentality that no one else is good enough. You can't trust anyone else. Everyone else is folkish, and intolerant except for us. And so I would just say going forward, if someone has to tell you that they are tolerant and kind, that's a little bit of a red flag. A used car salesman will tell you a whole lot of things and make them out to be very kind, and they'll pretend to have your best interest at heart. Doesn't mean that any of it is true. If you can't even tolerate minor disagreement in your community or a competition from other creators or leaders in your faith tradition, that's not tolerance. That sounds pretty intolerant to me. And I just thought you all should know about it because, unfortunately, these guys are, again, well known in this community. And up to this point, they had a fairly good reputation. But if you look into it, this stuff has been going on for a long time. It's just been kind of hushed up by them and their followers. And it's deeply disappointing.